Welcome to the McAllen Cable Network Studios. With me today is a very special guest from TxDOT, Octavio Sainz.
Thank you very much, sir. ¿Cómo estamos,
Thanks for coming in.
Thank you. I like the introduction. I feel like I'm going to get annihilated after that.
Well, you've been on our minds every time I take I-2 from Ware Road all the way to 2nd Street. Tell us, what is TxDOT doing and how does the timeline look?
Well, let me just refresh to everybody what the project is all about. Essentially, what the project is doing is changing the bicentennial overpass and making it an underpass. It's going to look, it's going to be an intersection that looks just like the intersection with 23rd Street and 10th Street. And what that does, it improves the fluidity of the vehicle traffic. It adds additional capacity north and south, and it's essentially a 3-mile project that goes all the way from McAllen to Ware. We're also raising the 10th Street and the 23rd Street bridges. The reason why, it's because a lot of hits have happened in the belly of those bridges, commercial vehicles. And when you elevate it, well, you make it a little more commercial friendly, and you really save money in the long run because you don't have to go back again and again to inspect, to fix, etc. So the project started February 2017, and it's a 3-year project. So where we're at right now, we got some this month of May. We're going to be having some major closures. Not closures on the main lanes, but actually closures on 10th Street and 23rd. Night closures, I should add. And the reason why is because they're going to be elevating the bridge. Now, the bridge, when we think about it, we probably think of it as just one bridge, but it's actually 2. So the main lanes that have been diverted, those are not going to be affected. But the north-south traffic that's going on 10th Street and on 23rd, that will be affected.
So 10th Street will be shut down, but overnight.
It's going to be overnight.
One thing that I notice every morning that I wake up and have to come to work, I see a lot of change.
Yes.
But during the day, they're not doing as much, right? Because y'all work at night more, or
for the most part. And you have to understand that some of these changes or some of this work is specialty. So we need to get special machinery. The contractor needs to get special machinery. But a lot of the work that has been done where we really need to do some additional closures, those have to be done at night because this area is an area where we have over 150,000 cars every single day. I mean, it's incredible, it's good, but that's why you need that additional north-south corridor, that availability to increase the options for people to travel north and south.
So what are you asking motorists? It's going to happen for 2 more years. What are you asking motorists to do for y'all?
Every time I come to these beautiful studios, to the beautiful city of McAllen, every time I go shop or take my wife to a fancy dinner, because I do that, I see something that really it's not much to my chagrin, but so much to my concern. The respect for the speed limits. It's 55 miles per hour for a reason, because if you see the tightness of the traffic and you see how the traffic needs to flow and merge, when you're going at 55 miles per hour, it's easier to do. But I'm at 55 miles per hour and all I hear is bzz, bzz, bzz. That puts everybody in jeopardy, because another thing happens. When you have a fender bender, slide or whatever, you're in a concrete box. Emergency responders cannot tend to it right away. You pretty much stop all the entire vehicle flow. It's only a 3-mile stretch where we just have to go slow. It goes by really quick. So that's the major thing that I would like to ask people to be aware of, the speed. In April, we brought the work zone awareness campaign, and I mean, you look at what happens in a work zone. 4 out of 5 people that die in a work zone are not construction workers. They're actually the driving public. And the 2 factors that contribute to these incidents are not respecting the speed limit of 55 miles per hour or whatever speed in a work zone, and inattentiveness. So you asked, I mean, I'm sorry, it was a long answer, but the 2 things that would really like for all our people to do is just respect the speed limit and put down that telephone. especially in work zones.
And to follow, I guess, your signs, because at times the road can be going straight, and then for a day you'll have trucks coming in, so you move over a lane.
Exactly.
And so people need to be aware that it changes every day.
And you bring up an excellent point, because a work zone is a live zone, meaning that it's always changing, because it changes according to whatever it is necessary to keeping the traffic safe and also keeping the workers safe. Pero if you're operating on autopilot, not paying attention to what you're doing, then we have issues. Because I kid you not, as part of this work zone awareness, I went to go record some video at the work zone. In less than 15 minutes, I saw 2 vehicles actually, go into the work zone. Suddenly I saw cones flying all over the place, and that's scary. That's really scary. And again, when we bring a raise awareness of the work zone, again, it's not just for the construction workers; it's for the people. And again, if there's if there's a fender bender, there's an accident in that area, it creates a major ruckus. It creates a major bottleneck. So.
And of course, y'all made the decision to expand, to send the underpass underneath at Bicentennial and the highway over it, right?
That's right.
Just for traffic congestion, just to ease up.
That's right. Yeah.
And I think the extension that it's like the Ware Road one, where it's really high, right? It's because you said the 2 that you're going to raise is 23rd.
The 23rd Street Bridge and the 10th Street Bridge.
10th Street Bridge.
Right.
To get it higher.
To raise that bridge a little higher, because every time, it was more often than not that commercial traffic will go under it and, hit it a few times.
Will it be a 3-lane?
It's
the 3-lane. It's going to be a 3-lane?
It's still a 3-lane.
Okay.
But yeah, so it's going to be, and then of course it's going to get a new overlay, and it's again making it because it's of course one of the most congested areas, one of the most traveled areas. We want to make sure that it's good for a few more years.
So folks, just be patient. 2 more years on I-2 for the reconstruction of the overpass and underpass at Bicentennial, and they'll also be making improvements on 10th Street, 23rd Street, and it's a 3-mile radius, basically.
Right. The length of the project is 3 miles.
Alrighty, and if you have any questions, you can always look on the TxDOT website.
Or just give me a call, and my number, I'll send it to you directly, because we know sometimes that, hey, my deal said this, and get it straight from the horse's mouth. It's 956-702-6102. I'll say it again, 956-702-6102. If you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer them. And of course, we apologize for the commute, the slow downness, if you want to call it that. But remember, everybody, we live here. We live in this area. We travel through that very often. And when we see these improvements, it tells us one thing, that we are doing good. Economically, we're doing good. I mean, you have to understand, this recent year, 2017, we have over 1.3 million people in in this district, in the Rio Grande Valley, this area. We have over 1 million registered vehicles, and that's not including the vehicles that come from Mexico or the commercial trucks that come from Mexico. So we have a lot of traffic here, and it's just going to increase. And we have to increase with it. It's like when your son was, in teenage years. In 2 to 3 months, you have to buy new clothes. You couldn't send them with the clothes that you bought them a few years ago. It's part of, growing pains, but we have provided the infrastructure to accommodate that growth.
Well, thank you very much, Octavio, for the update on the Bicentennial expansion project.
You're welcome,
of course, folks, it's 2 more years. Let's all be patient. Observe all the warning signs, and of course work with the TxDOT work crews who are out there, because it's important to keep everyone safe. For the City of McAllen, I'm Roy Cantu.